everyone and welcome back to my channel Reverie Writer. My name is Didi and I am a passionate writer, come full-time banker and also pursuing my masters in philosophy. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 important things to remember when you're building your character sketches. Right from how you build your characters to how you're going to make sure that each character is different from the other to even your placement of characters within the story itself. So all these nitty-gritties will be covered and let's get down to it. The first and foremost thing that you're going to do is basically identify your characters, which means that in any given story, especially when it comes to fiction writing, you will have, say, a main character or a protagonist or even an antagonist or a villain per se. So you need to first identify who your main characters are, who the story is going to basically be revolving around, and what is the significance of your, say, top 3 or top 5 main characters and how they're going to build a story with regards to their roles. And even upon deciding, say, your main character or your main protagonist, there are a lot of side characters that you need to develop as well, such as their friends or their families. Do they live alone or do they operate alone? Or if not, then it's always better to make sure that you have a sort of family chart or like a family tree that will give you basic guidance of who your main characters are and who are the immediate people, that is the secondary characters that they will be interacting with within the story. This kind of a flowchart gives you a very clear distinction between what are the important characters in your story and as well as what are the main roles that these characters will be playing in your story and why you're even adding them into the story. So identifying your characters is a very big step that you need to take from the very beginning itself so that there is a clear distinction of what you want to do within the story. The second thing that you would need to work on at the very beginning is the physical characteristics of your character. That is that how do they look like, what is their hair length, their color of their hair, the color of their skin, the color of their eyes. All of these nitty-gritty details are very important in order to make your characters very distinct from each other as well as relatable and identifiable to the audience, because these are things which are going to remain constant throughout the story. So if in your story your character has aged or there is a transition of time, then what are the various physical features that have changed over time? All these things are something that you need to plan out with regards to your story as well, but at the same time it's always better to jot them down early on so that later on during the story writing you don't get confused by any means and you don't accidentally end up describing them in some form that you've not earlier on. So it's always better to make sure that the physical characteristics of your character, any kind of distinction that they have or their body or their appearance, is well thought out in advance. Now once you're through with the physical characteristics of your character, the third thing that you're going to do is make sure how you build their personality. What are their temperaments like and what are their personalities like? Is someone really jolly or is someone very serious? These are the personality traits that you're going to make sure that are clear cut when it comes to your characters, and especially in a story which has multiple characters or like a group of friends or a huge community, then and if there are like a lot of main characters within your story, then how is each character different in terms of personality from each other? You can definitely draw inspiration from your real life. You can take nits and bits from your friends or your families and incorporate them into your character building. So this also gives it a very realistic touch because you are better aware of what the character is going to respond as in any given situation, and at the same time building a distinct personality for your character also gives a very good depth to the story itself, because a lot of times it's not just the story that is important but also how the character is in terms of a person and how they will react in any given situation. So building the personality of your character is really important. You should pay a good amount of focus on the same. Now once you have sorted out their physical characteristics, their personalities, and once you've basically built an individual through your imagination, the next step is one of the most important steps is what exact role are they going to play in the story. Oftentimes during the development of your story itself, it's important to also make sure how your character is also developing within the story. It shouldn't be that just because you've introduced a character, they should remain stagnant throughout the story, even as the story itself progresses. And especially if your story includes a larger span of time, say over 20 to 30 years. So a person doesn't remain the same in, say, 20 or 30 years. They also evolve based on their experiences, and they also change with time. So your character also needs to develop such kind of changes and such kind of growth. And based on what your story is and how you plan to evolve your characters, it's important that it goes in hand with the story development as well. Another important point with regards to the role of a character in a story is that there are clear distinctions between main characters as well as side characters. So understand how your main characters are building up and contributing to the story, whereas the side characters, how are they contributing? Why do you even have side characters, and what is their significance within the story itself? A lot of characters may not be there throughout the narration or throughout the storyline, but even if they're there for just a few pages or a few paragraphs, make sure that whatever character you introduce in the story holds a great significance and contributes in a significant way to the story. This is also the point where you can try and avoid or eliminate any kind of unnecessary amount of characters, because sometimes getting in too many characters or getting in too many people involved in a story can also create a lot of chaos, and sometimes the reader, or the audience rather, can forget as to why these characters are even there or even introduced in the book. So make sure that you have a clear distinction with what your characters are doing and how are they contributing to the story. The fifth and the final point that you guys need to keep in mind is how your characters speak. Now, I understand that in writing you can't exactly give out an accent, or you can't give out a clear distinction over their vocals, but what you can do is that through your writing, that is through your dialogue formation, through the specific words or jargons that they might be using on a day-to-day basis, you can actually define a clear, distinct way of how your character speaks. Especially for fiction writers, I think one of our biggest responsibility is to help the audience imagine what the characters are like. We may have a clear mental image of our characters, but it's very important for us to translate the same into our work so that the audience, when they are reading it, understand how a character responds or how they use their terminologies, how they use their language. The use of jargons or a particular set of slangs is also very important, because if you have a bunch of characters who say belong to a particular city or belong to a completely fictional land, then how are they different from the people that we know in real life? So there has to be a sense of relatability, but at the same time, this is the place where you can really explore your imagination and you can create new language altogether, or create distinct forms of speaking that people in that particular fictional town probably use. So this is a point where you can really go all out and make sure that even if you're creating something new, it has consistency, and it's something that is not particular just to one character but to an entire community or an entire society itself. So there are a lot of factors wherein you will have to depend on your basic storyline in order to make sure that your characters also dwell into it, because these are the details that will eventually give a richer context to your story and a richer experience to your audience at large. So these were my 5 tips, or rather guidelines, that I particularly use when I'm building my characters or when I'm making their character sketches. Mind you that at the end of the day, these are mere suggestions that you can take up, and while these have particularly worked for me during my process of writing, it's not necessary that you need to follow them in the exact same way. They are a sort of stepping stone for you in case you feel that you need some kind of guidance for it. And more importantly, don't limit yourself to just these things. At the end of the day, writing is a very creative process, and the use of imagination is such that you're gonna bring out something new altogether. So these guidelines can help you and nudge you into the right direction, but at the end of the day, you should not limit yourself to these, and you need to explore how you go about your writing style and how you go about developing your characters. So that's all for this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video with more such tips and suggestions for your writing. I hope that at the end of the day, we all enjoy this process of writing and we all enjoy the experience of being writers, whether debut writers or professional writers whatsoever. So I'll see you in the next video.